Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Rome Total War Remastered. Here today on the channel we have episode 11 of my RTR Imperium Surrectum campaign. We're back playing as the Roman Republic. Here today we're going to continue our invasion of southern Iberia. We've still got to deal with the Carthaginians. We currently have 3 full stacks in operation. We took Tingi in the last episode and now we've leapfrogged on over. We've secured a little bit of a staging ground, a decent holding area here in the south, so we can mobilize and hopefully go north. We've still got to deal with, of course, the Greek war that's going on, and we've also got those military assets that are currently in southern France, so we can get them to sort of head down south to Catalonia. So if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. I'd really much appreciate it. The Carthaginians have mobilized a force just to the north here, so we do have to keep an eye out for them. And once we've got... hang on, I was going to say we need some money that's blocking that, but no, it's the positioning of it. Alright, get you to move south, and then you're coming over here as additional reinforcements as well. Cool. Oh, so it looks like the Carthaginian army has actually moved south here as we've gone north. We do have a bit of a bait army down there as well. We should be able to take this settlement now with Numerius Victor. Thankfully, there's nothing really opposing us there too much. We'll drop the taxes. Like we could send the... oh, wow. Okay, I was mistaken. That's a secondary army. Oh, there's quite a fair few Carthaginian soldiers here. Alright, we'll siege that out. We could kind of use... we could just go up and attack that with Publius. No general inside. Oh, I'll do that then. I knew I had numerical supremacy probably. Yeah, so we outnumber them by about 500. Alright, let's play this one. And then we can defend in the north if they ever attack us anyway. But yeah, we're still continuing on this series, playing as the Roman Republic. And we want to try and form the Roman Empire and eventually become it, which will be exciting. But yeah, let me know feedback and suggestions, of course, and other future series you want me to do on the channel.
The mighty Carthaginians, brave men and worthy foes. They stand alone. No friend has come to this place to die for them. Does this not say something about their honor? They're standing among nations. They have been brought to the battlefield by muling infants instead of leaders. We outnumber them by a small margin. From such small beginnings are great victories crafted. Many times I have faced these people, and still they are too stupid to learn their lesson. Today, men will die to teach them afresh that they should simply run away. We go now to our bloody business!
Alright, let's deal with bloody business against the Carthaginians. Alright, so looking at the topography of this battle map, it's mostly night. It's mostly like nice and flat open field, but there's some crazy looking rocks in the middle of it, which is really just... I don't even know. Just completely disrupting our battle lines. I was just looking, it seems like there seems to be like this, some, like yellow or gold specks in it. Is that... it kind of reminds me of, if you guys have played the survival game Rust, like a gold node in Rust. That's what it looks like to me. Or maybe in Minecraft or something. Maybe it's just a huge gold reserve there. That's quite cool. Alright, let's just form up properly. So this isn't the most battle hardened or proficient army. Like, only, just looking at the chevrons, only 3 units have had actually prior military experience in this. We've got a bunch of Astati, mostly just Velites as well. So we should be able to... It's quite a well-balanced army on the look of it. And we've got a pretty green and fresh and new-looking general as well. It does seem that they seem to be advancing, though. So we'll deploy the classic Roman triple axis formation, which we've been thoroughly using and adopting in this series. Yeah, I still don't know if it's overly too effective. It's fun. It looks cool. It looks really cool, the checkerboard formation on the battlefield. But yeah, do you guys think it's actually overly effective? Like, I still go back and forth. Are you better off to have just like straight, flat lines in Rome Remastered and in Rome Total War. Like, do your units actually fight better when they're cushioned next to so many? But we'll move on here and advance. Slightly rotated as well to match it. Oh, we can't deploy there because we're pushing them up into the sharp and jagged rocks, I guess. So looking at this Carthaginian army, although it does lack a command structure with a general, it's just a captain leading this one. So he hasn't really had any, well, former strategic training, really. Even though our general probably has some limited... Well, he's probably got some limited tactical experience going through the Roman academies. They seem to have some better quality units. Were they some Sacred Band or something there? They looked a lot more heavier armored than me. But thankfully in this army build, we've actually got 5 units of Vilites. So we've already got the Pila that is equipped with the Hastati units. But obviously the Vilites are more designed to carry more and pierce and impenetrate enemy hide a bit more. Okay, I don't know what they're doing here with this skirmisher army. It looks like they were coming out to contest, and now they're not. The Carthaginians are moving up some cavalry to try and trade, and now we're in range. And skirmisher fire of Pila has now broken out, and we're just trading back and forth here at the moment. Try and target. Make your Pila count, men, because you haven't got too many of them. And our Vilites are starting to get off here. Okay, because we are just absolutely shelling and bombarding them with Pila, they're going to advance, and we can use this to our advantage. So once the infantry interlock here, we can get the secondary units to maybe even push through some of these angles here, and get some off angles, and maybe even plug some of the holes where they're going to advance. So move on here. And we'll get you to advance as well, and you here as well. Oh, thankfully, they haven't actually committed too many on this right-hand side. Oh, that's perfect. We're going to have a massive overlapping and surrounding position here. And we've actually managed to take out 15% of the enemy combatants before we've even really started the fierce sword fighting. Yeah, they've got a couple of heavy infantry there. That's what I'm sort of worried about. But stopping this from hitting my recently conquered Carthaginian lands in the south is actually quite imperative because the garrisons are quite weak and my armies want to advance and push on. So it looks like Carthage tactically, obviously they had a lot of armies in their heartland and in their core territory in Tunisia and Carthage. We had to fight a fierce and bloody war just to destroy them out of North Africa. Mostly in the west, we've actually just steamrolled from Numidia to Tingi. But yeah, it looks like they've got more of a military build-up and presence within Iberia itself. Okay, so now we've lost 12% of our Roman forces, and it's just turning into a bit of a grind at the moment. Nothing too crazy. I'm just trying to pivot. I might actually be able to wrap some of my Vilites around because they've actually run out of PLA and ammunition. So I guess, guys, draw your short swords and get prepared to go into combat. Now you've got to be careful with protecting Vilites because they are not as very armored. They're more of a lightly armored unit. You don't want them really holding. They don't have a proper decent shield to have protection or even decent Roman steel. They'd have a better than like other equipped auxiliaries and archers with swords. But they're going to charge on in here just to get some support. I've moved in my commander as well. We might be able to eliminate the enemy captain, and we have, which is fantastic. The captain of the Republic of Carthage's military forces has been slew, which is perfect. So hopefully now that can cause a morale break. Alright, we might need to start cycle charging here. Even though they're spearmen, it just might be imperative to do so if we can get a Roman victory here. They do seem to be holding a lot more than what I'm expecting, to be honest, particularly when the general goes like that. We've got to be careful here because I think they outnumber. Yeah, just eyeballing that. They probably outnumbers it. They're giving chase here. Look at them, they're hunting. They're doing well. Happy hunting, boys. Okay, so we're still in a bit of a slog at the moment. Dude, Those guys were absolutely hungering for me there. They were aping. They were going ham on us. Alright. We're really struggling to break this down. Yeah, there's only a 4% sway. We don't have just like additional melee attack and morale with like a better commander. To be fair, I did identify that the Carthaginians did have some decent heavy infantry here, and I think these are the ones that are cemented and bogged on in. Dude, we might be able to win this one, but it's going to be at a pretty decent loss. To be fair, this army was freshly recruited and it didn't really take part in the conquest of North Africa. Oh my god, a lot of them are retreating. You can see how fresh these guys are because a couple Roman units are actually in retreat. Oh my god, we might lose this. We're struggling. The inferior force, numerically, is struggling against the more proficient Carthaginians here. Oh my god. Even with the captain gone. Oh wow. We just got to really turn up the temperature on some of these charges here. We are risking, of course, sacrificing our general potentially. Oh, you never know. We might actually lose one. We still outnumber them, you would imagine. Even though we're fighting on a... I was going to say 3 front... I guess I guess not really anymore. It was more so 3 fronts in France, but we've basically stopped that. The alliance with the Iceni, we've knocked out the Greeks from there. We're still dealing with the Greek theatre. We're at war with, well, potentially Thrace, because that alliance broke down. So we might be at war with them, but mostly Greece and Macedon. We do have amicable relations with the Spartans. And then we've got a recent alliance with the Aravace here. But we're going to be throwing a lot of our military resources now into Iberia. Okay, we've managed to... What's the best word to describe? Stabilize, I think, this fight. Okay, now they're starting to get shaken. Gotta give it to our commander here. He's getting into the thick of it. He's probably saved us here, to be honest. Oh my god. I think we've managed to pull this one out of the bag here. As the last of the Carthaginian forces are capitulating. Oh my god. We've got some reinforcements coming in here. I'm not even gonna lie. We looked very, very green around the gills there. Oh my god. 23% of our army left. Holy cow. Wow. The way this is going, Iberia could be our Nam. Well, the funny thing is, well, not the funny thing. The coincidental thing, because war isn't funny. Video games, it is. But, yeah. Napoleon was, in the Napoleon era, Napoleon's Nam was Spain. The Iberian Peninsula War. Napoleon's Spanish ulcer, as it was coined. Because even now we're maybe experiencing a little bit of it with the topography, but Iberia is super flat in areas and then it's surrounded by hills, which is super supportive of guerrilla warfare, and that's where the word comes from. La guerrilla, the guerrillas. It's just so conducive to it. Alright, let's just continue to run them down. We've won a glorious victory for the Republic here, but unfortunately we've spent and cost a lot of Roman lives to do so. The freshly formed army here with Publius against the Carthaginian commander lost 2/3 of his Roman force. Man, oh man. That's RTR Imperium Surrectum for you. Sometimes just some units can absolutely tear yours to shreds. And we've managed to... Oh, it was a copper mine. Ah, so there was copper veins and stuff there. It wasn't gold exactly. Oh, that's cool. Well, he's got a command though, but this guy, Publius, has really earned his spurs there. We've just thrown him into the thick of it. Holy hell. Alright, Lucius can push further eastward. And skipped a little bit ahead. We're just trying to run down the last of the Carthaginians here. After that army, they've actually fled further back. Is it Toledo or Toledo? Modern day. But we're currently sieging them up in the north here now. Just trying to get that back on track. Appius Valerius is up here. We might go with a night fight. We won't get those additional Roman reinforcements, but we'll be able to take essentially the bang smack center heartland of Spain. But thankfully, we can actually see some Aravaci Spanish forces. They hate Carthaginians as much as we do, because they were fighting essentially invasion wars for the past, I don't know, 10 hours of this campaign. Because half of their country was taken by Carthaginians. So, if we're going to take their territory, they're not going to mind, I guess. They might think they can get a better position, or maybe they can take some of their own territory from them. But there does seem to be a fair amount of Carthaginian forces. Oh, I've also sent this army down from Massalia. I've been saying I wanted to do so for so long, but surprisingly, the Greeks are there, which I didn't foresee whatsoever at all. Back over here, we've taken Perpopolis. We're actually... Yeah, we're pushing into Thrace. This is like territory of Thrace, but it's actually Macedonians up here now as well. We did break our alliance with the Thracians because the Suebi attacked them, and last thing I want is barbarians quite literally at the Roman gates. That never goes good when barbs are in and near Italian territory. But so far, we're actually consolidating northern Thrace here, which is awesome. I would have liked to take more of southern Greece, but unfortunately it's been occupied by the Spartan Empire, which is growing. So we're sort of just trying to nab this northern bit. Thankfully we're connecting it all the way through to Rome from Illyria and stuff. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Hope you've enjoyed episode 11 of this RTR Imperium Surrectum campaign. Stay tuned for episode, what would it be, 12, yeah, coming out soon. So we're still continuing on our Carthaginian war in Iberia. I wouldn't imagine that they've got much more territory in the west. There might be a couple of holding outs, maybe some other Carthaginian enclaves there, but now we're actually bordering with the Spanish. We're going to have a really nice supply and trade corridor from essentially northern Spain to the south, right through the center of the country. So we might be able to just mount some pressure on the remaining Carthaginian armies that we saw in the east, and maybe in the west here as well. Yeah, but I'm really surprised that the Greeks are still here. I thought we were sort of done fighting Greeks in Gaul and southern France, but no, they actually managed to nab a territory in Catalonia, because the thing is, actually historically, I think it even was in the original Roma Surrectum mod that I played back in like 2012, like the original for Rome, right? I'm pretty sure you start off with that Iberian territory, because Rome had that pretty early on in there, at the starting date. Because I would always like have to trade it away, because you would always get drawn into a conflict with it. But anyway, still continuing on with this series, having an absolute blast. And yeah, once again, we're still moving on up. We're still slowly but surely grinding the Roman Empire. Alright, take care guys. Gotta play the outro now. and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. I also want to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tao, Lion B, Kyle P, Tom C, and White P. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.